Hello and welcome to Unacademy. The UPSC form filling saga now gets extended. UPSC this year unnecessarily added multiple steps into the OTR and other form filling platform aspects. And now we have got a certain notification which tells us that the date has now been extended to 18th of February. So basically, originally the idea was that it was going to be 11th, then 7 days window for what is called as OTR updation. Now that date has been made as the last date of extension. Further, the 7 days window has been pushed further from 19th to 25th of February. So there are 2 to 3 reasons for something like this to happen. First is that for the past 2 days, there was a glitch. There was a major glitch under which documents were not getting uploaded. So this would be one of the reasons. The other would be, as it is, UPSC is unnecessarily made because of the Pooja Kelkar episode, the form extremely complicated. A lot of students are facing issues with regards to the OBC NCL form or the EWS form, things which were needed much down the line. Some students are facing difficulty with regards to the aspects related to hobbies, or some of you don't remember your roll numbers, or other documentations are not complete. Now, this puts UPSC and both you and me into a certain situationship, which is that some of you may have given up the concept of using OBC NCL because you thought that you will now not get the certificate by 11th of February. Now they've extended to 18th. So if you now apply, then you will not get it by 18th. But if UPSC had given a bigger window, the idea is that the problem is now if you want to course correct, still the days are extremely less. UPSC has extended it with regards to glitch, with regards to too much confusion which is happening. I will just say to all students who still have an option to get an OBC NCL certificate made, get it made. EWS, get it made. If you are in a certain process and waiting for your certificate to come through, that problem is sorted now because the certificate will come by 18th for sure. And do understand one thing, it is a complicated form. Take your time. UPSC has taken this into account. There are 2 corrigendums which have come through. First, push the time. Now this time the date has been extended. I don't expect UPSC to further extend it. However, I would still believe that you should be done with this task by 15th. We have seen a lot of questions coming through. I get emails every day with regards to whatever the doubts are. I'm trying to also solve those issues for you with regards to what is your PW category, this and that. You can continue to use the form, have sessions with us. You can always email us. But I will say that this is a sigh of relief, though the platform itself is to be blamed. And over and above that, there is also one more reason, which is it's a complicated form. If you don't remember, for example, your past roll number for your attempt, just use the option of putting 00000. That still works. There are other smaller issues which need to be sorted. The idea is some of you may have already applied. There's a standard question which is going to come to us now. Some of you had emailed us saying or asked multiple platforms saying that we are OBC but we don't have NCL certificate. So this year I'll apply with OBC creamy layer. I will apply for NCL certificate later and then get it. But the problem was at that given point of time, we did not have the time to apply and then get the NCL certificate and upload it. Now the problem is most of you have applied under OBC creamy layer, maybe under NCL. You can't course correct. Once the form is done, it is done. So this again is a lapse on the part of UPSC. Pure lapse on the part of the UPSC. UPSC should have, before bringing in the form, told us that they need all these documentations. We could have got that sorted. UPSC randomly tonight, just 10 to 15 minutes back, has added a certain addition saying that, okay, now you can fill the form till 18th, which is again unjustified, without telling us that there's an idea. Without telling us that there's an idea that we are going to extend, how we'll be able to understand. So therefore, please do note that the form filling date is now till 18th of February, not 11th of February. So use this opportunity, take your time, slowly but surely fill the form. As you say, I'll see the comments which are coming through. If we click on NCR, it is saying 3 years ITR of parents. That has to be done. Never give up. That has to be done. See, UPSC has brought in DAF 2 and DAF 3 aspects into DAF 1, or what is today called as Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 and Part 4. If it is asking for that, never give up. You have to do that. You have to get it. Please do understand one thing. Small minor concepts with regards to not having mark sheet, not having other aspects can be sorted. If you are OBC NCL, if you are EWS certification, any form of certification where there is a certain aspect of income, you should make sure that you have these things sorted. Yes, you have been put into a certain spot. It is problematic. It should not have been done, but is now something which you have to do. So you cannot ignore that in that regard. How to choose service preference? See, simply you make sure that IPS, IAS, IFS. These three should always be your standard 1, 2, 3 as per your understanding. Do not give or leave anything blank. Some of you, maybe for example from economics, some of you would like Indian Revenue Services. The idea is there are two types of services which you will see, Group A and Group B. Always give all first 10 or 15 out of the 23 to Group A, then give it to Group B. But IPS, IAS and IFS should be your first three for sure. After that, you can mix and match. If you are, for example, not inclined towards the paramilitary, if you're not inclined towards the CRPF and all, don't put in that other aspects of assistant commandant. The idea is you can use first as the IFS, IAS, IPS, first three, then mix and match with regards to revenue. That is something totally on you in that regard. Okay. To convert CGPA, every university has a separate rule. Every university has a separate rule. Check your university website how to convert. It's either into 9.5 or into 10. You have to just check with your university what is the way you convert that into CGPA. Let me look at the comments further, because if I'm with you right now, why not take certain doubts from you? Okay. Right. So place of birth is different from native place. Yes, that is a very minor doubt. You should not worry about that. Place of birth and other aspects can be sorted. That is not an issue. That is not an issue in any way or form. OBC annexure. I've already told you, see, in SC, ST, I'll repeat this concept again. Under SC, ST, listen to me very carefully. Under an SC, ST, there is no concept of central or state. Center, state both issue SC, ST certification. The idea is state is mostly the issuing authority. However, it could be that you are from SC, ST, but you don't know the serial number in the central list. That you will find in the hyperlink which is given in the form itself. SC, ST should not be a problem. If you have ever got an SC, ST certificate issued, that is valid for life. There's no issue. The problem comes in OBC. OBC certification only gives you the tag that you are an other backward caste. However, in OBC there exists the concept of creamy layer and non-creamy layer. Now, based on income certification, either your parents are Group A, Group B, that automatically puts you into creamy layer. And if you have more than 8 lakhs as your income of the what we call as parents, together or individually, you go into what is called as creamy layer. Now, if you don't have this income of 8 lakhs, then be it the Tehsildar, DM, SDM, multiple issuing authorities can issue another corrigendum. I've got a lot of emails about this. You are sending me your caste certificate. Caste certificate only says that you're OBC. Now the question is, after that point, you have to get an NCL certificate made that you're non-creamy layer. Non-creamy layer certification has to be in the current fiscal, which is it should have been, which is issued after April of 2024, not before April 2024. It has to be between now, 1st April 2024 till 18th of February 2025. NCL certificate is actually updated every year because you have to give the income of the past 3 fiscals. Same is true for EWS. EWS certification has to be issued every year. Both certifications, NCL or EWS, based on income criteria, has to be given between the issuing date has to be after April of 2024 and till 18th February. Now, with this date of 18th February, therefore, This is a very standard concept which should be there. Still, university don't give any. You can push in provisional certificate can be there. If you do not have your passing certificate, use your last mark sheet. If you don't have proper certification, use provisional certificate. All of that is valid. That is not an issue. EWS has to be also after April of 2024. This is the standard concept. It has to be between these two, this fiscal in that regard. Because it is based on income, it cannot be before 1st April 2024. Please understand this point. So I have EW certification from Rajasthan, but EW certification from Rajasthan requires only one criteria, that is annual income. That is good enough. If it is coming from Rajasthan, your EW certification has been given by a person who's of competent authority, it is then considered good enough. Correction window has now been changed. See, optional change, I don't think Simli Chopra would be allowed. The correction window has been changed, which used to be between 11th to 18th. Now is between 19th to 25th. 18th is the last date, but I don't think you will be able to change your optional in that, because it will only allow for basic changes in OTR, not for change in optional. So I don't think it will allow you to change optional. That you have to check once the optional window opens, that open window opens in that regard. My central certificate was not made yet, it didn't fill the form. What should I do? See, if it can be, what certificate, Ansari? Is it OBC certificate, SC, ST certificate? Which certificate? See, Adarsh Tiwari have to understand something. I'm not asking, don't complicate it. Simple. Is your certificate issued after 1st April 2024? Doesn't matter or any other thing. If yes, then it is a valid certificate. Has to be after 1st April 2024. If yes or no. OBC, you have Faiz Ansari, I will say that you should apply for NCL. Maybe you will get NCL certificate by the time it's on the specific to state in that regard, but you should apply. You never know, this date can go forward further, but I don't think so that will happen. NCL by block officer is good enough. NCL by any competent authority is good enough, not an issue. Residing in a state for 27, all my father's documents are from the current state. Which state should I get for? Your original state, from which the state which has given you OBC certificate will give you OBC NCL certificate also. Yes, you can do that. No, if CDS, CAPF, any examination you given with UPSC, you have to mention that. If your father is not applied for ITR, some form of ITR must have been applied. Kavya, some form of proof would be there for the last fiscal. You would need to push that in that. Interim, push it. Okay. I have a temporary 5-year bipolar. I'm not sure about that. PW category, there are multiple. Now you would have to make sure under which you fall, motor or vision. You can email us about that, or you can use the form which is given in the description box. We'll have a session with you. Provision to change optional was there in the UPSC advertisement. If it is there, Shimli Chopra, then it will be there. Then use this period to change it. If it says, if not, then you will get an option to change it after prelims or after mains. So don't worry about that. If it says that it can be changed, then it is okay. Okay. Passing certificate means college degree. Passing certificate means college degree. Your BA honors, BTech degree is passing certificate. Group B officer, if ITR rules, very simply, if your father is Group A, Group B officer, you're already in creamy layer. There's no need for having a conversation with regards to ITR. If your father or mother is Group A or B officer, then automatically you're OBC creamy layer. Yes, you should be able to. Shivam Sharma, in the correction window, you will get chances for this. Now the correction window is this. Okay. So I encourage all of you to email us or use the form link which is given here and in the description box to get one-to-one sessions planned. I was here to just tell you a very important concept which is that February 18th is now the last date. 11th, it has been now shifted to 18th. You have again another set of 10 days in that regard. Please, if you are trying to get certifications made, do your part. It now UPSC has given you 10 more days in that regard. Please do understand one more thing. UPSC for the past 2 days has been facing a certain glitch. It was not a problem at your end, but on UPSC in that regard. So UPSC 2 days glitch was there. Documents were not getting uploaded. So please use this time judiciously. Any issue, email us at Unacademy. Use the form to get it sorted. Just make sure that you don't push in any wrong form of documentation. Though this is again irresponsible on the part of UPSC to just randomly tell us. They should have told us that we are thinking of extending so that we could have also prepared ourselves in that regard. So thank you. I hope that this information has been useful. Thank you. Take care. And I'll see you in the next session tomorrow. CNA. Take care. Bye-bye.